Hey, my friends, good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I'm doing a bedhead video real quick, and I am just kind of doing a part two, a little like minute video here, a couple minutes, part two from yesterday. I had a lot of comments and messages for that video, and I appreciate you all. Whether you agree with me or not, I completely appreciate you, respect you, and honor you. Okay? But I'm just going to say this morning for my empath friends, because I know it's been hard. And I know if you saw my video yesterday, I meant what I said. But I want to use this morning as an example. There's a promise, there's a universal law and a promise that you can see. Look to nature when you're confused about what's going on in the world and oh shit, and how does this work and why? Take a look at nature sometimes to get some answers, right? If you're trying to connect with your own intuition, I look to the cycles of nature, and the light always comes after the darkness. So remember this at a time right now when it's about fear, chaos, confusion, and pain, that the light always comes after the darkness. Even if when it seems like the darkness will last forever, it won't. That's the promise. That's the promise that we have. It's a natural law, and so it is in our lives as well. Okay, so like I said yesterday, please be very cautious and aware of what you're consuming and how much you're consuming. And I know it's hard not to take in all that collective pain, and we do. That's our gift. Really feel and hold space, but just be very conscious and mindful, and know that you don't have to stay in the upside down. Okay, what I said about Stranger Things, I'm just making it clear that that's not a political statement. This is not about US versus Russia or anything like that. There is that element to it in that show. This is more about what happens there. Why Stranger Things, why shows like that are so popular right now and are so captivating, because people understand on a level down here that so much of that is a reflection of our life right now, is a reflection of us as human beings, where we are, where we're going. I mean, I won't get into all of it now because I wanted to make this really quick, but I'm just saying the upside down, if you know what Stranger Things, the upside down looks a lot like the regular world, doesn't it? It looks a lot like it, but it's a little harder to breathe, and there's some scary things there. There's scary things that it feels very much like something's coming for you and around the corner, and it's hard to trust what you see, and it's hard to really understand that you have any power. You feel powerless, okay? But remember that all of you and me, all of you are 11. Look at the character 11 and understand that that's where we're at. That's where we can be at, okay? And I don't mean like being in a lab and all that awful stuff she went through. I'm talking about she has the power to open and close the portal when she chooses to. Just saying. She can open or close the portal to the upside down. She can choose what she lets in, okay? And the ones who were, I'm just going to get into part of it now. Now it's too late. The ones who were consumed by the upside down and by the mind flayer are the ones who either always, or were already looking towards the darkness, okay? Character Billy, okay? Already kind of living in that filter of negativity in the darkness, already there. He had his own reasons, right? He had a horrible backstory. But he didn't realize he had his own power to heal, okay? Or people who were just not strong enough within themselves and like their self-actualization and their self kind of grounded in who they were. They were easily influenced and looking for leadership, okay? So just know that the mind flayer to me is all the influences out there right now. They're more than happy to come in and let you breathe it in and take it in. But you better sweat that shit out. Like, for example, the character Will, okay? Will was on the fence there, wasn't he? Like, he was on the fence. He was easily influenced. He's an empath. I truly believe the character Will is an empath big time. He's like this. He was like an open book. When he could play Dungeons and Dragons, he took that right in. Where the rest of his friends, not so much, right? They were kind of looking at the outside to other things to worry about. Will was here, like a total open book, took it in, but he was smart. He had enough of his own power within to hide from the mind. He didn't know how to get out right away, but he knew to hide. He knew that he had the power to stay safe, but he had to figure out how to get the hell out, and he needed a little help there. But, that's the point. That I think many of us are stuck in that place as empaths. Like, we're hiding from the mind flayer and the demogorgons, but because we know they're out there, Like, I feel like the Demogorgon's almost our own fear. Like, that'll eat you alive if you let it, right? But it's not what's the word? Not indestructible. It can be managed and it can be taken down, but you have to know how to do it. You have to be 11. You have to be standing in your 11 to take down that Demogorgon of fear. Okay? And the Mind Flayer to also put that right back. Take those influences and put it right back in the upside down. Got to channel your inner 11. You got to be there. And I think it was, Will is learning. He remembers that he's Will the Great. Okay, he still believed in himself somewhere. He just needed a little help. But this is all so telling, right? Is this all? And now, how does Will know when the Mind Flayer is approaching? Right back here. Like we talk about all the time. Scan the body. Where does it live? Where is it? And he knows to tell the difference now. But he needed a little help, but he knows. And 11 will know like that, so just to give yourself space, give yourself time, nourish yourself, work on your gifts, work on staying in that space of love, right? Friends don't lie, be like 11's like, this is basic shit. Like, I can live in love, or I can live in why, she doesn't understand. Like, why would friends don't lie? Like, what? She just lives in that truth. She lives in that truth. So, and she knows she has the power. But when she was under influences, she may have used it in a way that opened up some other stuff, but she was learning also. But understand that you have that mix of 11 and Will, you have that open reception, but you have the power to close the portal anytime you want. So it's essentially some sort of an illusion, but it lives within all of us. We can't just deny. We're not spiritually. I want to make clear that yesterday's video was not about spiritually bypassing any of this stuff. That's not what this is about at all. We're just going to love and just ignore and just forget and just pretend like none of this is happening. Oh no, we're just choosing consciously and making an intention of what we're going to focus on and how we're going to react to it. That's what we're doing. And understanding that if the Mind Flayer is going to come and take all of your soul, if you let it, and it will tell you what to do and let you do its work for it. So when I see things happening like this in the news, I know that somebody is under the influence of a leader that's not leading them in the right direction, not leading them towards the good of humanity or a higher vibration, but leading them towards something darker, okay? Or it's someone under the influence of antidepressants or some sort of chemical imbalance or some sort of chemical thing. Maybe it's, I don't know, consumed by some level of society. That's why, to me, the Mind Flayer has 8 legs, because there's so many ways that our culture infects us and kind of messes us up through the poisoning of our food, poisoning of our water, the school systems that are kind of really kind of more training, kind of not educating our children in a holistic way, but kind of training them to listen and obey, and teaching them fluffy bullshit. And I love my teachers out there, don't get me wrong, much respect. You don't get enough respect, you don't get enough pay, so another issue. But you know what I'm saying? There are things that are outdated about our school system. Truck! Oh no! And there are, government influences, other influences out there that are probably, unknown, that we don't, that we can't see or know, that are influencing people in different ways. Buy stuff, marketing, buy this, buy that, you're not good enough. All these messages that come through so that we'll follow something. We'll buy something and follow something. And then it just consumes you. It gets in here, and just consumes you. And it'll make you do its dirty work. It will make people fight. It will make people hate each other. It will make people not trust each other, make people even shoot each other. I truly believe this. And there's so many issues that need to be looked at because of all this. There's so many, between mental health, between, the pharmaceutical industry, the healthcare industry, the food industry, other things that are going on that on higher levels that we don't really know about, that are, not okay. There's so much, and it is out there waiting to consume you if you let it. So just be really careful. But you are 11. You're 11 and Will. You have the power to be absolutely compassionate and feel it all. You can feel when it's coming. You can feel when something isn't right. Check your body, and you have the power to close a portal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you guys. You have the power to do this. And I am not, like I said, I'm not a guru. I'm not special. Neither is anyone else that, you might see who does any of this spiritual stuff or like, you know, psychic mediumship stuff or any of this. Like, everybody is the same. Like, we all have the same thing going on. We all have the same ability to close the portal. You don't have to live in the upside down. We have the ability to destroy and like fight off the demogorgons and the mind flayers and choose the world we want to live in. Yes, yes. But there are always going to be those who are trying to open it back up. Always. I don't think that's going to go away, no matter what, you know, any organization wants to tell you. It's been there since the beginning of time. And it always will be. We have to have that contrast, out there until we live in a higher dimensional world, which I don't think we're going to see in our lifetime. But until we get there, and this world isn't so dependent on money and power, this is going to exist. So get ready, because buckle up, because I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But the thing is, you have to choose what side of history you want to be on. That's the choice you're going to make. This is not about politics. I think the whole political system sucks and is an illusion designed to do exactly what it's doing and to get people arguing on Facebook. Friendships are ending. Like, literally, I have my 30-year, well, I don't know if we're having a 30-year class reunion, Peter Cohen, because I don't think anyone's planning it. But even if they were, I don't know if I'd go or not, because like these conversations are continuing to divide people. So I have to, like, it's difficult. It's really difficult, like that we're getting so rooted in these politicians and people as if they care, as if they're actually, I don't know, really invested in our lives. No way. You got to make yourself stronger for yourself. Choose what you want. And then create that. Just create it. But if you don't do it out of a space of love, it's not going to be sustainable and it's not going to last. And you're not going to be totally fulfilled and you're not going to live in your own power, and you're easily going to fall for the influences that are more than happy to get you to, you know, be miserable, be cranky, be unhappy, and consume their shit to numb yourself. They're more than happy to do that. And sometimes even social media, you know, can be. So I love you guys, and I say this, like, again, it's not a spiritual bypass, like we're going to positive think our way out of this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but that's part of it. That's part of your arsenal. That's all it is you're retraining. You're not letting the mind flayer take control. That's it. Because our egos and our culture is certainly the mind flayer. It has all sorts of legs. But we can use the ego and use the fear as it's intended, which is to keep us safe, but not safe to the point where we're stuck and we're out of our authentic power, where we're not stuck in staying small and shrinking, but we stay safe in that we're vigilant and we're aware and we watch and we decide what side of fucking history we want to be on. That's what I'm doing right now. That is what I'm doing right now. All right. So with that, my friends, if I can help you in any other way, just message me. No other thing to say, except I know many people are hurting. I know many empaths feel like they don't know how to get out of this. They feel like they're being sucked in by the mind flayer on a daily basis. Or the demogorgons are chasing them every single day. Okay. And I understand that. I understand how that feels. Lived there. And it's not perfect. Sometimes I might get sucked in a little, but it's a process. You can do this. You really can. You can take control and you can live happy, fulfilled, and peaceful in a world that's like this. Because if we don't do that and we don't be it, how are we going to provide that contrast to the world? How are we going to empower other people by to, you know, really step into their own power? We have to by just being. It's not so much the doing, it's the being. So that's it, my friends. I love you guys. And but there is, I just saw you, Glenda. There is power though in rising together out of love. I'm watching Puerto Rico right now, and I'm so fucking proud of them right over there, because many people together, united in love, will move mountains, no doubt. It is the only way that really sustainable, lasting change has ever been made. Whereas if people band together in violence and destruction, it doesn't last, and it comes back to bite your ass in some way, shape, or form. So what would you rather? That's a game my kids play. What would you rather? Let's pick. What would you rather? So let's do this. Let's just band together in love and strength and believing in ourselves. And you, my friend, my son, are in your underwear, so you may not be on camera right now. That's it. He needs to go back in there. Mom over 40 parenting, # over 40 parenting. So I love you guys, and I really do. And I want to see you rise as light workers, and I want to see you just love your life, therefore giving everyone else permission to love theirs too, and to live in a space of courage, and live in a space of love, and live in a space of something that we're proud of to create for our kids. Because fuck, we need them. We need our kids to come up. We need them. We need these junior light workers. Come on, raise those light workers with me. And believe me, it's not perfect. Over 40 parenting has its flaws, but just coming from that space. All right. I will see you guys soon. And again, if you need something, you need some help, you need help with this, I have some things that might interest you, or just you need to talk, or just vent, or unload, or just get, talk things out, let me know. I'm here for you. All right. Glenda, you are rising, girl. It is coming. There is no choice. There is no choice, right? At all times, anytime we have any touch of, turbulence or tough times in our lives, the light follows the darkness always. So do we choose to see it and step into it or not? So let's do this, you guys. We're all in this together, and we will prevail. Fucking period. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video.